Hey y'all. So, quick update on my um, post surgical recovery. I am doing pretty good. Every day is a decrease in pain, so that's awesome. I am taking my meds every 6 hours. I am taking Miralax, which helps you go because when you're on heavy duty narcotics, and opioids, it does impact your digestive system. So you want to have something that's going to help you go. Miralax or even the off-brand equivalent doesn't have a taste to it, so that's awesome. And you can mix it with your drink and have at it, and you're good to go. So it's a painless way to, you know, take care of your body. So, I'm going to tell you one of the things that I find frustrating when I'm talking to people and coaching them about narcissistic abuse. Some people, and I don't know why, some people are obsessed with giving this person not obviously not technically a diagnosis because they're not licensed. However, if it walks like a duck, has feathers like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. And instead of being obsessed about the verbiage, are they bipolar? Are they narcissistic? Are they multiple cluster B personalities? What is going on with them? And okay, let's slow down, first of all. Let's slow down. Second of all, is that really relevant? Because I'm going to tell you what's a lot more important than the words you put on this person, okay? So-called diagnosis. What's more important is how are you being treated? Are you being respected? How do they treat you? How do you feel when you're with them? Is there a blow up every time you try to talk to them? If you express your opinion, are you being attacked for expressing your opinion? They could say something simple like, the sun is out, and you could have researched what the weather's going to be, and you'll say, yeah, it's out for now, but it's going to rain this afternoon. Why are you trying to start an argument? If you disagree with a sick person, they claim that you're trying to start an argument, whereas, and then when it rains that afternoon, they're not going to have anything to say. Okay? Because you weren't trying to start an argument. You saw what the weather said, and it said it was going to rain. But because you don't agree with them, you are trying to start an argument. It's asinine. Um, are they constantly lying, gaslighting, and cheating? Okay. Are they always doing this? Are they routinely doing this? Do you see why the verbiage doesn't matter? Let's just say they're a player. Do you want to sign up for that? Do you want to be with somebody who's a player? Okay. Does it matter if they have narcissistic personality disorder or they have narcissistic traits? What's the difference? They're still behaving in a disrespectful manner regardless. So you can't focus on something that isn't as relevant as you needing to protect yourself and you needing to get away from this person because you don't like the way you're being treated. And proof of future behavior is past behavior. So if they've always done the same pattern and they cry and they're sorry and they give you chocolates and they give you flowers and I'm so sorry and I'll never do it again, and they give you mind-blowing sex and then they do it again and again and again and again, does it really matter what the verbiage is? Do you see what I'm getting at? Like, that's completely irrelevant. Now, What I have done, and this is just full disclosure, what I have done, just because I'm a geek and because I really need to know what in the hell is wrong with you, I will do it after I dump the person. Although I can see narcissistic tendencies while I'm with the person, and it's enough for me to get the hell out of there. And then I can do research on their personality. Excuse me, their personality. You could research it all day, and if you need to give them 5 diagnoses, that's what you do. But an official diagnosis or any type of diagnosis is totally irrelevant. How are you being treated? Because I'm starting to wonder with some people if they need a diagnosis because for this person because they want to justify staying. Well, they can't help it. They've got this disorder. What? You're being disrespected. Okay? And let's just pretend that you're still in denial, because God knows I've been in denial a time or two or 10 or 110. Let's just pretend you're in denial and you want to go to therapy, which isn't going to work. This person's brain is damaged, and their desire to manipulate is way more powerful than their desire to get professional help. They have to lie, they have to cheat, they have to steal, they have to manipulate. This is normal for them, as normal as breathing is for you. Okay? And many a times, on the rare occasion that they you drag them into therapy, they're going to manipulate the therapist. And I'm going to tell you another thing that they pull. Okay? Well, unless that person has a PhD, I don't want to be bothered with them. Or unless they have a master's degree. Because they're harping on, they need to reach a certain educational level or they have zero idea what they're doing. They're trying to condemn the therapist before they even get their ass in a chair. Okay? Even if they have a master's degree, even if they have a PhD, they're not going to give a shit. They're going to look for another excuse and another reason why it's a bad idea to go. There's always good. Look here. They will never, ever, 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 ever run out of excuses why something that's going to benefit their dumbass is going to be a good idea. You cannot convince them. They will have endless, and I mean endless, excuses. These excuses could be on a list of paper that could wrap around the planet about 10 times, and baby, they still got more excuses. That's one thing they don't run out of: lies and excuses and reasons. And if you did drag their behind in there, they're going to manipulate the therapist. That's just how they do. Lie, trick, steal. That's how they do. They have the mentality of gypsies. Missouri has a lot of gypsies. Okay. The whole family are gypsies, and they teach all the little kids in the family. They teach them how to lie, cheat, and steal. So this is a lifestyle for them. They make their money off of doing crappy jobs for people and getting the maximum amount of money for the job. And by the time the person finds out that they were had, it's too late. They're in the wind. This is how narcissists operate, which they're narcissists too, because nobody who has a conscience and is a good person would be okay with doing that kind of behavior. Okay. So obviously they've got some serious issues too. But yeah, if you did drag them into there, I mean, come on, they'd manipulate the therapist. That's just how they roll. Your best bet is to love yourself. Your best bet is to get the hell up out of there. Your best bet is to learn how to protect yourself and get away from them. If you need to ease your mind with a diagnosis, you do it when you get the hell away from them and you block them on all social media. Because your job, I've told you this many times, your job is to protect yourself. from harm. That is your job. That is your responsibility. Okay? You have to get away from these demons before they destroy the hell out of you. And I told you before, they have driven people to where this person ends up in a psych ward. They have driven people to take their own life. They take pride in knowing that they push somebody to that extent. They are sick and demented. Don't be obsessed with the verbiage. And how many diagnoses do they have? And is it technically a cluster B, or does it look like a cluster B but it's not really a cluster B? You're gonna spin your own wheels, and you're gonna make yourself crazy. Next thing you know, you're in a padded cell. Okay, don't focus on the wrong thing. That's silly. Don't focus on the wrong thing. You need to focus on how you're being treated. Are you being disrespected? Is there a continual pattern of misbehavior and disrespect? A continual pattern with breaks of good behavior in between, and then we're back to being a horse's ass. Then there's good behavior, and then when they're back to being a horse's ass again. There was a guy who went psycho-ballistic on his girlfriend because she didn't want to go to church with him. If I can find the video, I will put it in the description bar so you all can see it for yourself. He went absolutely berserk on her. I hate you. You're gross. You're dirty on the inside. I mean, he just went in. And Lee said, that's projection. Exactly. He feels dirty and gross on the inside of himself because he's a narcissist. He's a toxic, nasty, demented individual. So he can't face that he's horrible, so he projects to her that she is horrible. This is typical behavior. Do you honestly think, when you look at how horrible his behavior is, do you honestly think a diagnosis makes a freaking difference? It does not. He's a rattlesnake. There's your diagnosis. Now get the hell out of there. All right? I'm going to try to find that video. I should be able to find it because it's not too far away in my viewed videos. I think I should be able to put that in the description. All right? So you got to let the verbiage go. Forget about it. Forget it. You're being disrespected. That's what you need to know, and that's what you need to focus on. And you need to get up out of there. And you need to find out in the beginning, when you are beginning to date someone, you need to find out that they are a snake. You better look at the red flags. Speeding up a relationship. Let's hurry up and get married. Let's hurry up and get engaged. Let's hurry up and get married. Let's hurry up and have a baby. I know we just got married 5 minutes ago, but let's start making a baby right now because I love you that much. Don't ignore all the red flags, because what's going to happen is you're going to be married for 10 years. You're going to have 4 or 5 kids or more. And it's a lot harder for you to leave. That's why it's crucial that you see the red flags in the beginning. In the beginning. And some people will wait until you're engaged to act a fool. So they're going to be the nicest person in the world until you agree to marry them. Now that the ring is on your finger, I own that ass. Before we get married, I own your ass. They may not come out and say it, or they may come out and say it. There's nothing wrong with you canceling the wedding. Ain't nothing wrong with that, honey, because divorce is expensive as hell. And you don't want that. All right, you guys take care. Much love. Bye.